Alright, well good evening everybody and welcome back. So what we're trying to do is forge a couple of draw knives out, because one I want to send to somebody that I've owed one for a long time, and I want to start getting some made to list on the website for sale, generate a little extra revenue. So that's the whole idea behind this shop. Anyway, the problem I'm having is I have a fundamental design issue in my coal forge, and that issue is if I was burning bituminous coal, regular soft coal for that you'd normally use for blacksmithing, it wouldn't be an issue. But anthracite requires a heck of a lot more air to get it going. It requires a much hotter fire to get it going. What I'm finding is I'm not getting enough air up through that bed of coals. So about every other forging session, I'm really fighting this thing to get it going, and it is a pain in the ass. Now, a lot of times I'll use Matchlight barbecue charcoal, and what I find with that, once it ashes down really well, it plugs up the tuyer a little bit, so I'm not quite getting the air up through it that I need. When I try little pieces of wood, it's hit or miss whether I get it or go or not, and I think the big thing is I'm just not quite getting enough air. I found the same problem in my coal stove in the house. There's a little restrictor plate in that coal stove that you're supposed to take out if you're burning anthracite, simply because you need so much air. So we're going to try to correct the issue, get it back together, see what happens. I mean, it's already after 11 o'clock and all I want to do is just forge a little metal. That's all I'm looking to do. So stay tuned, I'll catch you on the other side of it. Alright, so we're going to try to do this so you guys can see it, and I'll show you what we have going on. So what I did was, because this is such a big forge pot, I figured I needed to direct that air off to the side. So when I drilled these out, I angled them down in quite a ways. Same thing on this side, and then I angled them out towards the end of the forge pot, and then we have one hole up the center. I think I want to try to get a couple more in here, so we're going to try 1/4-inch holes to start with. Now the problem with this design right here, it's real easy to get stuff stuck down in there, and that also affects the fire. I have this little piece of threaded rod I pounded down, and I usually jab it down in there to clear it out. I think what we're going to want to make is some kind of maybe a bar system around there, just so we can keep that from getting clogged out. But for right now, we're going to see if we can get a little more air. I mean, I'm burning nut coal, so it's pretty good sized pieces, and it lays across there well enough to where it's normally not an issue, but once it starts breaking down and it gets small, like that piece right there, they kind of, no, that one fell right through, but a lot of times you'll get like that, it'll block it off a little bit. So we got to try, I think, to get more air. So let's see what we can do. Now, I'm not being real scientific about this. It's one of those it is what it is situations. Of course, everything's a little warm because I'm on like 4 attempts to get this going tonight. Well, let's get this, cool this thing down. A little bucket of water over here. one. Didn't get her very well centered in there, did we? That's all right. Hold on. What's your question?
Like, wouldn't it work better to drill through if it's warmer? If the metal's warmer and colder?
Colder?
No, like, if the metal's warmer, wouldn't it be easier to drill through?
Yeah, if it's like really hot. But what we have to worry about is overheating this drill bit and then burning it out. Which drill bits are cheap, but...
Yeah, I can, like, hear it sizzle when it goes into the water.
Yeah. Almost sure this is 1/2-inch thick steel. There. All right, we'll give it a shot, see what happens. Sometimes just little things can make all the difference in the world, so let's hope that does it for us.
That's probably why it always takes forever to get the forge started.
Well, this coal is not the kind of coal that burns fast and easy.
Yeah, it's not.
Alright guys, I'm going to cheat a little bit here getting this burning. We're going to use a little Boy Scout water just to get her going, because I've been screwing around with this for a couple of hours and I just want to get it going.
Really? Boy Scout water?
Yeah, Boy Scout water.
Really?
Not gasoline. We used to call gasoline Boy Scout water, but...
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about when you say Boy Scout water.
Charcoal fluid doesn't get you a huge ball of flame unless you put it on when something's really hot.
That is a big flame.
No, it's not that big.
Well, it's big for like that thing.
So normally what I like to do is I like to let the wood catch a little bit, and then we turn the blower on. Then it'll get loud in here and people be unhappy about it. Now, I should be able to tell pretty quick if this did anything. Now we scoop a little bit in, not a lot. Remember, it's anthracite. You got to kind of layer it to get it going, especially in a forge pot this big. It's actually always a lot easier in the smaller coal forge to get this running. Alright, let's see what happens. Come on. All I want to do is forge, damn you. Burn! Burn, please, just burn. Holy cow. So what do you guys want to talk about? Anything good? We were going to do some forging tonight. I tried starting that thing 8:30, 9 o'clock. It is now 1 o'clock in the morning, and you know what? I've given up for the night. We drilled some holes in it, tried to get a little more air up to it. It's just being a pain right now. It's funny, I don't always have problems getting it going, but boy, when I have problems getting it going, I really have issues getting it going. And tonight is just one of those nights, and what really irritates you is, at least me, is I really planned on getting this thing forged out tonight, getting it set to start grinding. And of course tomorrow I've got to do a bunch of electrical work in the house and get ready for, I guess now I'm putting a new ceiling in. We're painting the walls. The new floor is going down pretty quick. And I'm ripping the closet out by our doorway. Boy, there's a list. And then I got to start getting ready for haying season. So if anybody wonders why I'm not getting everything done all the time, that's because the list is absolutely huge. It is just huge. But anyway, so it's a really, really short one tonight. I had like 2 intros done up for this one tonight. And the first one was being, hey, we're going to be working on a draw knife. And the next one is, we're having a little problem getting the fire going, but we still plan on working on a draw knife. And then the one we opened this video up with was the issues with the forge. So I think what we're going to do moving forward is, I do have a coal supplier here that carries forging coal. I think it's 14 or 15 bucks for a 50-pound bag. Me being cheap, you know, I've been using the anthracite because, honestly, once you can get the anthracite burning it, there's no smoke. It burns really clean. It burns really hot. But I tell you what, it's becoming a real challenge. It's becoming a challenge. So I don't mind a challenge. Obviously, you guys know that if you've watched for a while. But this is just getting to be one of those pains where when I need it going quickly, I need it going quickly. And when I can't get it to go, it just screws my whole night pretty badly. All plans go out the window, and it's just no good. I do have the propane forge, but to be honest with you, I like the coal forge a lot better. It heats the metal. The propane forge does a good job heating the metal, but what I like with the coal is, if I don't want to heat the entire piece, it's much easier to pinpoint my heat with a coal forge, and then I can spread the fire out to heat the whole piece when I want to. Heats it up much quicker, much cheaper for me using the anthracite. But like I said, it is time, and I am tired. Whew. I started dozing in the chair earlier. All that good stuff. But anyway, that's what's going on tonight, or that's what's not going on tonight. But we're just going to get after it. So anyway, have a good night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe shared a little moment of frustration with you, and I guess it's all the name of the game. We all got something we got to deal with from time to time, and if this is the worst of my issues, I guess we're doing okay. So I'll see you guys on the next one.